Today we're talking about a topic that's trending online. Does sunscreen actually cause cancer? Hi, I'm Dr. Pranav Reddy and I'm here to make you look better and feel better. Sunscreen is something that's been told to us helps prevent cancer, right? So how in the world is it causing cancer? I thought it would be nice for me to break down some of those myths associated with that and give you some of the facts associated with sunscreen and different types of skin cancer. So let's first talk about why sunscreens exist. Sunscreens are basically that. They are a sunscreen. They prevent the UVA and UVB radiations that come from the sun and light sources to enter your skin and cause harmful effects. There are three main types of skin cancer that sunscreen helps prevent: squamous cell carcinoma, basal cell carcinoma, and the most dangerous, melanomas. Let's dive a little deeper into each of these cancers. I'll give you some facts about each one, starting with a basal cell carcinoma. It is also called a rodent ulcer. It burrows locally. It has a waxy or a pearly appearance. It does not spread distally, and it is mostly in sun exposed areas, so face, hands, elsewhere. The next is a squamous cell carcinoma. Usually presents as red scaly patches, mostly because of UV radiation. It is present at mucous junctions, so near the vagina, near the penis, near the oral cavity. It does spread distally, so has much wider range of effects. And again, it is more dangerous than a BCC or a basal cell carcinoma. And lastly, the most dangerous, a melanoma. A melanoma is a skin cancer that is pigmented because of melanin deposition. It rapidly spreads, has multiple effects on the liver, the brain, and other organs of your body, and must be treated or prevented as early as possible. Sunscreen is one of the most effective products that can help prevent all of these harmful cancers. But today people are asking, does sunscreen actually cause cancer? Knowledge is useful, but half knowledge is so much more damaging to people. So let's give you a little breakdown of different types of sunscreens and what their effects actually are or how they work. Let's start with mineral sunscreens. Mineral sunscreens have two filters, either zinc oxide or titanium oxide. Each of these filters help reflect off all of those harmful radiations of UVA and UVB. Zinc oxide is better against UVA radiation, has lesser white cast, and is slightly more of an irritant, while titanium oxide is better for UVB radiation, has slightly more of a white cast, but is much lesser of an irritant. I'd like to give you a couple of products that are associated for dry, oily, and combination skin, which are good mineral-based sunscreens. For oily skin, Deconstruct Gel Sunscreen. For dry skin, Bioderma Photoderm Sunscreen. And for combination skin, La Shield Physico. All of these are SPF 50 and have titanium oxide or zinc oxide as their active filters. Chemical sunscreens. These work slightly differently than mineral sunscreens. Here they don't reflect off the UV radiation, but they absorb it and convert it into harmless chemicals or not so active products which are excreted out through your body. There are multiple active ingredients that are suggestive of working against UVA and UVB radiation, like avobenzone, octinoxate, and have different strength of action against each type of radiation, thereby giving you different strengths of action against the sun radiation itself. I'd like to give you a few examples of chemical sunscreens that are useful for oily, dry, and combination skin again. For oily skin, La Roche-Posay. For dry skin, the Derma Company 1%. And for combination skin, Reaquil Ultra Matte. There is a controversy associated with chemical sunscreens, whether they are as safe or less safe than mineral sunscreens, but I want to give you a little clarity on that. Chemical sunscreens do not have toxic ingredients that enter the bloodstream at significant levels. They do not alter the hormonal levels in human beings. Those are only animal tested studies that have been done, and their products are easily excretable and are not in significant amounts to cause any sort of harmful effects to the human beings. But to be on the safer side, prefer a mineral sunscreen or a hybrid sunscreen over a chemical sunscreen. Hybrid sunscreens. Hybrid sunscreens are a combination of mineral and chemical sunscreens. They have the best effects of both without giving you too much inclination towards one. If you want a smoother finish, less white cast, and a lighter feel than a chemical sunscreen or a mineral sunscreen, then prefer a hybrid sunscreen. It is also better for people with more sensitive skin, larger amount of rosacea, and deeper amount of pigmentation, because it has a much more elegant look and finish when compared to a mineral sunscreen, while it does have the chemical compounds that help in detoxification as well. It is also better suited to people who have medium to deep skin tones, are more outdoorsy, are heavy makeup wearers, and prefer an elegant finish along with much more sensitive skin. I'd like to give you some examples of hybrid sunscreens to use again for oily, dry, and combination skin. For oily skin, the IPCA sunscreen. For dry skin, the Dot & Key Vitamin C and E sunscreen. And for combination skin, the La Shield Physico SPF 50 sunscreen. So now we finally get to the point of asking the question, does sunscreen cause cancer? Sunscreen is a repellent or a prevention for skin cancer. It does not cause cancer itself. But there are some things that you as a consumer have to keep in mind. The best method of application of sunscreen is a lotion or a cream. Aerosol sprays, transdermal application, using a powder, using a sunscreen stick do not work. Our recommendation is always to use a lotion or an ointment with a minimum of SPF 30 to a maximum of SPF 50 usage when you have that sun protection factor. Sunscreens prevent skin cancer. They have the greatest amount of studies to reduce the incidence of squamous cell carcinoma and melanomas in sun-exposed areas as compared to people who do not apply sunscreen at all. So let's bust that myth today. Sunscreens do not cause skin cancer. So how do you choose the right sunscreen, right? Try to pick something that is broad spectrum, as in it is against UVA and UVB radiation. Second, pick something that has a sun protection factor ranging between 30 and 50. Anything below or anything above is pointless. Third, look at the active ingredients. Pick something, if a mineral sunscreen which has zinc oxide or titanium oxide, if it is a chemical sunscreen that has avobenzone or octinoxate, so that they can repel UVA and UVB rays. Fourth, if you have very sensitive skin, pick a hybrid sunscreen. Pick a fragrance-free sunscreen so that it doesn't cause further rashes and further complications while using that sunscreen. So the usage of a sunscreen far outweighs the risks associated with it. Sunscreen helps prevent skin cancer and does not cause it. Our recommendation is to use a sunscreen every day, morning and night, and every 2 hours when you're outdoors. Do not believe all those half-baked myths that you find online. Trust a reputable source for your sunscreen recommendations and information. My top 3 recommendations for hybrid sunscreens are IPCA Acne UV Gel Sunscreen for dry skin, Vitamin C and Vitamin E Dot & Key Sunscreen for dry skin, and La Shield Physico Sunscreen for combination skin. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also follow our Instagram channel, Aesthetic RX Official. If you have any personal sunscreen recommendations or want further information on other products, you will find it on both our pages.